I the bad guy for calling out my coworker's lazy attitude? I need some perspective on a recent situation at work, and it turns out I might be the one in the wrong here. Let me explain. I've been working at my company for a few years, and I've always been a dedicated and hard-working employee. Recently, a new coworker, who we'll call Mark, joined our team. From the very beginning, I noticed that Mark had a different work style. He was more laid back, took frequent breaks, and sometimes left early. I started getting increasingly frustrated by what I perceived as a lazy attitude. I thought Mark was taking advantage of our team's flexibility and not pulling his weight. So, I decided to address the issue during a team meeting. I pointed out that some of us were working extra hours to make up for Mark's lack of commitment. Well, it turns out I was completely wrong. Mark calmly explained that he had a medical condition that required him to take regular breaks and leave early on some days. I had no idea about his condition, and I felt like a complete jerk for making assumptions about him. My other coworkers were also surprised, and some were rightfully upset with me for publicly calling out Mark. I later apologized to Mark privately, and he was very understanding, but the damage was done. I now realize I was the one in the wrong for jumping to conclusions and confronting him in such a public manner. So, am I the bad guy for calling out my coworker's lazy attitude when I didn't know the full story?